So let's be real. We are drowning in AI-generated content. How on earth do you stand out? Well, today we're diving into a free and seriously powerful tool that can become your secret weapon. Okay, let's start with a classic. iPhone or Samsung? It's a debate that probably blows up your group chats every single year, right? You see the ads, they're everywhere in the stores, but what are people actually more interested in, like right this second? It seems like a simple question, but it gets right to the heart of a much bigger idea: consumer attention. Because what people search for online, when they're by themselves, is often the most honest signal of what they're truly curious about. It cuts through all the marketing hype and tells you what's really on their minds. It's the unfiltered truth of what the market wants. And get this, to really wrap your head around how fast things change, Google says that every single day, 15%, 15% of all searches are things that have never, ever been searched for before. It just shows you that what people care about is constantly, and I mean radically, changing. And that right there brings us to the big, big challenge we're all facing today. We're living in this era where AI can churn out endless content, right? Articles, videos, you name it. The digital world is getting so much louder, and the fight for just a little bit of attention is tougher than it has ever been. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? When literally anyone can create a mountain of content with just a click, how do you make sure your message isn't just adding to the noise? How do you create something that actually connects with people? Something that's truly relevant to them? See, the answer isn't to just create more stuff. It's to create smarter stuff. And to do that, you need a guide, a compass. And that compass? It's Google Trends, your real-time guide to what humans are actually curious about. So, what exactly is this thing? Well, in a nutshell, Google Trends is a totally free tool that shows you how popular a search term is over time. Now, it doesn't give you the raw number of searches. Instead, it puts interest on this really simple scale from 0 to 100, where 100 is peak popularity. It's just an elegant way to see what the world is searching for. And the cool part is, you can get super granular with this. You can filter by time frame, go from just the last hour all the way back to 2004. You can zoom in on a specific country or even a city, and you can even tell it to show you interest just on web search or maybe YouTube or even Google Shopping. All right, so this is where it all clicks. The real magic, the game changer, is when you take the human insight you get from Google Trends and you pair it with the sheer power and scale of AI. This is how you stop making more content and start making better content. This really gets to the heart of a new rule for this AI era. Just churning out tons of content is not a winning strategy anymore. Relevance is the new currency. Is what you're saying timely? Does it actually answer a question people are curious about right now? And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some secret niche trick. It's actually becoming the standard. A study from HubSpot found that a whopping 60% of marketers are already using real-time insights, just like the ones from Google Trends, to figure out what they should create. It's not optional anymore. It's essential. So, okay, how do you actually do this? Think of it like a simple 5-step loop. First, you align what you're creating with what's popular now. Then, you spot niches to get ahead of what's coming next. You use what you find to enhance your AI prompts, which helps you avoid that generic robotic output. And finally, you use all that data to guide your strategy, making sure you're always a step ahead of the competition. All right, enough with the why. I think we've got that down. Let's dive into the how with a really quick playbook to get you started. These are simple things you can literally go and do today. First up, and listen, if you only remember one thing, make it this. You want to search for topics, not just terms. A term is the exact word you type in, but a topic is way smarter. It groups together all the different variations, the misspellings, and related phrases. This gives you a much fuller, way more accurate picture of what people are interested in. Okay, here are a few more pro tips to really level up your trend spotting game. First, always check for seasonality. Interest in something like summer camps in Dubai, for example, is obviously going to spike at the same time every year. Next, compare local versus global interest. A huge spike for AI jobs in your city, but not so much worldwide, that could be a major local opportunity you just uncovered. And this is the real strategic gold, especially if you're a small business or a creator just starting out. Instead of fighting tooth and nail over the same saturated keywords everyone else is, you can use trends to find these untapped niches that have real interest but way less competition. And that means a much higher return on your effort. Okay, so let's zoom out and bring this all home. What's the big takeaway here? In a world that is being completely reshaped by artificial intelligence, what is your true competitive edge?
It really all boils down to one simple idea. AI is an incredible tool, but it's just that, a tool. Your true advantage, the thing that sets you apart, is understanding people. Google Trends is the compass that points your entire AI strategy directly at what humans actually genuinely care about.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. As AI gets better and better at just spitting out answers, our most valuable skill is going to be asking the right questions. A tool like Google Trends doesn't just hand you the answers, it helps you figure out which questions are even worth asking in the first place.